On today's live daily news, a skateboarder was taken out while shredding down by a Centennial Village near Angelo State University. A rare thing happened today in San Angelo. Find out what that is. And a wasp attack video you won't want to miss. Plus, the Shannon White Rose Candle Service is Sunday, and we've got all the information you need, so stay tuned. All that plus more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But first, what better place to get stocking stuffers for your guy than Myers Drug? Here you can find a selection of items including the extremely popular Dr. Squatch soaps. At Myers, they have the limited edition of the Batman soaps as well, but if you've already got something that smells taken care of, then how about a knife from True Utility? These knives are ergonomic, easy to conceal, and one of the best on the market. You can find all these at Myers Drug and Boutique at the corner of Beauregard and Chadbourne downtown. They're open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, and then on Saturdays 10 to 2. Go to Myers Drug for all of your holiday shopping. We start the show today with breaking news. Just before we started the show this afternoon, a major crash occurred at the Angelo State University campus. Our reporters on scene have confirmed that an Angelo State University student hit a skateboarder outside of Centennial Village. The crash occurred in between the two Centennial parking lots. The skateboarder was taken to the hospital by ambulance with what looked like a pretty gnarly arm injury. The Angelo State University Police Department is leading the investigators in the crash. It is unknown what kind of trouble the driver will be in. And if you were stuck in traffic today in San Angelo, it likely was not from a crash. Instead, it was probably from road construction that's ongoing at the Red Arroyo on Sherwood Way. Over the past few weeks, TxDOT crews have been installing new guardrails on the eastbound side of the road there near Southwest Boulevard. Now crews have switched sides and are working on the westbound side. The best way to avoid the traffic is to avoid the area altogether, so make sure and find another route home. And the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office has arrested 35-year-old Clifton Martin Jr. for possession of child pornography. Information released by the Sheriff's Office this afternoon reveals that a search warrant was executed on East 29th Street, and Martin was found to be in possession of visual materials depicting children younger than the age of 18. Martin Jr. was arrested and charged with possession of child pornography, a third-degree felony. Also, the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office would like to thank the community for their help in its efforts to combat child exploitation. Speaking of predators, a neighborhood in southwest San Angelo was under attack yesterday by Yellow Jackets. Don't believe me? Here's the proof. Over the past month, temperatures have been cold, so wasp and yellow jackets have been kind of burrowed up. But since temperatures yesterday were in the 70s, those devilish creatures were back to flying. So be on the lookout, because for the next 7 days, temperatures won't be getting much colder. 3 of the 7 days, temperatures will be in the 70s. In between those days, expect temperatures afternoon, the highs to be in the 60s with no rain in sight. For tonight, don't expect freezing temperatures. The low will only reach around 34 degrees, the mid-30s. Football season is winding down for high schools, and that only means that high school basketball is gearing up. For a roundup on last night's game, here is Ryan Chadwick.
Thanks, Yantis. Several San Angelo High School basketball teams saw action last night, and we have the scores. The San Angelo Central Bobcats hosted the Midland Christian Mustangs here in San Angelo last night, and the undefeated Bobcats pulled off another victory, 54-44. After trailing by 4 points in the first half, the Bobcats defense suffocated the Mustangs after halftime. Jaden Gibson led the Bobcats with 18 points. The Wall Hawks boys and girls basketball teams hosted the Cristobal Cougars in Wall. The boys beat Cristobal 56-39. and the number 11 state-ranked Lady Hawks continue to dominate their competition and beat Christoval 52-29. The TLCA Eagles hosted the Lakeview Chiefs in a rematch of both teams' season openers. TLCA won that first game 75-33. Once again, the Eagles proved to be too much for the Chiefs, beating them 88-62. However, good news for Lakeview as they improved by a considerable amount since the first game of the season. TLCA's Jaden Villanueva led the Eagles with 24 points, and Lakeview's Tony Cabrera led the Chiefs with 25. San Angelo Central and Lakeview host the Doug McCutcheon Memorial Tournament this weekend, December 1st through the 3rd at Central and Lakeview High School. So come out and support our local high schools this weekend. Cover One will be extending our coverage to include high school basketball this coming January, so tune in for exclusive highlights and coaches interviews with the start of the new year.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo. Welcome back to the show. I have a very special guest here. It is Robyn Tucker. She is the White Rose Coordinator, Family Support Specialist at Shannon. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Matt.
So we're here to talk about y'all's event that's coming up this Sunday. Mm-hmm. It is very special to the community. It does a lot of good, and that's the White Rose Candlelight service. So let's talk about it a little bit. First of all, where's it at? When's it going to be? And what are we going to be doing there?
Okay, so this is our annual Candlelight service, and we have this every year. It's always on the first Sunday of December. So this Sunday, December 4th at 6 o'clock, it will be held at the Women's and Children's Building. The White Rose area, the garden has actually moved this year, and so it is behind the Women's and Children's Building.
Okay, so like kind of on the Main Street side, or?
Actually, Beauregard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So make sure you guys go out there. Once again, that's 6 o'clock on this Sunday. But let's talk a little bit about what the White Rose group is. Okay. I guess, is it a group, or I guess, no, it's explain to me, what is the White Rose? So
the White Rose support system is for families who have lost babies.
Okay.
Early pregnancy losses all the way to a stillbirth. So anyone in the community is welcome to come and attend. What we do through the White Rose program is just provide that support during such a very, very hard time for families who've lost babies.
And you yourself, I guess your previous title was the White Rose Coordinator. Now you're family. Now they kind of changed your title up to
They
Family
changed
Support.
it just a little bit to Family Support Specialist, but I still oversee the White Rose program.
Right. So you see I don't want to say a ton because that's kind of a sad truth, but you see a ton of these people who are going through some of this grief. What is one of the main things that you tell people who are going through grief to kind of start coping with it?
Okay. So for our families who've lost babies, one of the main things that I always want to tell them is that the gestational age of a baby doesn't determine the level of grief that we experience. So I do have a lot of families who have had those early pregnancy losses through miscarriage or an ectopic pregnancy, and we want to be able to support them through their grief and through that journey of grief. And not exclude them just because they weren't further along with their baby. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions is that people tend to look at pregnancy loss as those later term losses, and it is support for them, but it's also for our earlier pregnancy losses.
So here in San Angelo locally, we just passed that ordinance to make San Angelo a sanctuary city for the unborn. And sometimes though it does, there's little things there. It's if the mother's at risk and things like that. Do you think that those do those people go through the same type of grief as somebody who I guess, naturally loses a child.
So you're speaking about someone who might have had
an abortion,
an
yes.
elective abortion.
Yeah.
I do get to see some of those moms. A lot of times it's maybe years later that they are reaching out for support. Just maybe they didn't at the time recognize the grief that they might go through. So I think it's an individual response. We're all different, but yes, I do think that those who have chosen that elective abortion, that there is a grief that they go through, and absolutely we want to be able to support them as well.
Yeah, and so that's what is going to be going on at this White Rose ceremony. It's anybody who has lost a child. So
Yes.
What is some of the activities that you guys are going to be doing actually at the event to kind of not only help people get through this grief, but at the same time memorialize these children?
Yeah, so this is a really special event. It's one of our favorites, and this is an opportunity for moms and dads, for siblings, grandparents, family, and friends to come together with other families who've lost a baby. And we remember them. Each of the families will light a candle in memory of their baby, and we speak their name out loud. We also have a special time to make ornaments for their baby. We'll have a mom there this year, Sasha Smith, and she is going to share her story with us. And then we have, different from any other year, we have 3 of our doctors, our OB doctors, Dr. Wiggin Smith, Dr. Kelly Wilson, and Dr. Greg Dunham, who will be coming to sing.
Okay.
And then at the very end, we always sing Silent Night and sharing that together. There's something so powerful to be able to come together as a group where we have that shared grief.
Right, and I guarantee you when you're out there and you're singing Silent Night, that ambiance in the air, the candlelight. I'm sure it's really emotional for some people. Do you see these events like that helping those people, I guess, get past that grief?
I think it's a really great opportunity to start a healing journey if that hasn't already started. When we talk about grief, we explain that we never get over losing a baby, but we want to heal in that, and that takes time, and everyone's different in that. But I do believe that this event is just a beautiful opportunity to come together and just be with others, fellow grievers.
Very, very good. So one more time, go ahead and tell them where's it going to be at, what time's it at, and just everything they need to know before Sunday night.
Okay, so it is this Sunday, December 4th at 6 p.m. It's going to be held in the Women's and Children's building, and the new Rose Garden is behind the Women's and Children's building. So bring a blanket, dress comfortably, bring your family and your friends, whoever you would like to be there with you.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving's over and Christmas time is here, and the holidays, you always are looking to get that family time, and sometimes your family members aren't here. So what a great way to honor them and to have a little bit of Christmas joy, I guess, with it at the same time.
So the holidays are actually really hard for our families who've lost a baby.
Absolutely.
And so this is just another way to support each other. And after the event, we'll have the latest scoop there, and we're gonna have ice cream, our Christmas flavored ice cream, and hot chocolate.
Well, you probably just sold me on it then, because anytime, a little free dessert, I'm in.
Well, you come on out, Matt.
Absolutely. All right, Robyn, thank you so much for coming on the
you.
show. And anytime that you guys have an event going on, don't hesitate, call me, and we'll get you on and get some people over there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Back to you guys in the studio.
For more than 25 years, Carpetech has been serving our customers and communities with floor care and emergency restoration services. I'm Cade Simmons. Thank you for welcoming Carpetech and my family to the Concho Valley. We look forward to serving you.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports this afternoon. Be sure and check us out on Twitter and all of the social media platforms, Facebook as well. And don't forget to download the San Angelo Live app. Until tomorrow, I'm Yantis Green.